Edwards' new movie, That's Life, a Hollywood home movie, and it was shot at his home in Malibu. It's loosely autobiographical, and it stars his close friend Jack Lemmon, his own wife, Julie Andrews, and their assorted children, Jennifer Edwards, Chris Lemmon, and Emma Walton, who is Julie Edwards' daughter from a previous marriage. David spoke to all three of the children recently and asked them just how much of their own past with their parents showed up on that screen.
In my case, my father missed my pregnancy. I have a 10-year-old daughter, and we had our own problems that sometimes children and parents go through, and we weren't really speaking when I was pregnant. So it was kind of interesting to play pregnant again and kind of relive it with Jack, who plays Harvey and my father in the film. And there were a lot of revelations. It was kind of interesting.
I think you look wonderful.
You what? Oh, repeat that, would you, darling?
I said, I think you look wonderful.
Happy birthday, Daddy. I think you look wonderful. So now you can...
But there was some pain, too. I mean, I sort of found myself feeling like I was having, you know, to get approval and all of that, even during the making of.
Wow.
It was interesting.
Emma, how about for you? How was the experience for you?
It was an absolutely extraordinary experience. It was so much of a total involvement. We were all there every day of the shooting, even days when we weren't called as actors working on the set. We were all there watching what was going on. It was so much a complete involvement. There was so much energy and commitment and love that went into it, and everybody was so involved that it's almost difficult to distance. I find it's very difficult to distance myself from it and kind of step away from it and have any kind of a feeling about it. I'm so wrapped up in it.
Yeah.
You know.
Chris, how about for you? I mean, you were in the sort of in the middle in a sense.
Yeah, it was interesting. Of course, I think, you know, all of us were a little bit tentative about entering into a situation like this, but as it turned out for me, my father and I share such a close relationship, and we drew so strongly upon it that it became a really very comfortable situation.
What's our granddaddy in Gaelic?
Granddaddy.
That's Scotch and it's not funny.
Scotch is a drink.
Well, you know what I mean.
I know what you mean, but I don't understand why you're so worried about becoming a grandfather.
I don't like it.
God, I don't know what's wrong with you, because I'm looking forward to it myself.
With you, it could be next week.
What is it like for you as an actor, as a professional, to have your dad as one of the most respected pros in the business at the very thing that you do?
You know, I'll tell you, David, I'm not copping out when I say this either. It's a very difficult thing for me to do because I have no basis for comparison for me to answer that question. Yeah. I don't know what it's like not to have my father be Jack Lemmon. But I'll tell you that we, as I said, share a very close relationship. So as a father, he's a truly wonderful man and a very giving man. To be able to work with him as an actor was of course, an honor. Because in my opinion, he's probably the finest actor in the world today.
What is it like having Mary Poppins for Mom?
Oh, better than having her for Dad, I guess. No.
But did it carry with it its difficulties or its particular pleasures? Or?
I suppose it does. As Chris said so well, you know, I don't have any basis for comparison. I'm told, I don't remember this very well, but I'm told that when I was about 3 years old, I walked into a department store where they had in the children's section a huge display of sort of cardboard Mary Poppinses flying about, and pointed and said, "Look, there's my mommy," and you know, and lots of women and moms standing around saying, "Oh, poor little girl,
cute little girl, thanks Mary Poppins."
Right, but I don't. She's Mom, and a great mom, and I guess it's the same as any parent-child relationship. It's the same laughter, the same tears, the same frustrations, the same excitements. You know, it's all of that.
Except she does sing "Go a Dear" in the kitchen while she's making pancakes.
Yes.
But other than
maybe
that,
the quality of singing in the shower in our house is just slightly a notch above anyone. No.
Blake asked all the company to improvise a great deal and to draw on things that they knew and felt, and I think it made an enormous responsibility for all of us not to overstep the boundaries and all the guidelines that we had set up for us. My heart would desert me. Why did I decide to roam?
She can even be a real stage mom at times. She's terrific. She's terribly concerned that my hair is right, or my makeup is just so, if we're about to shoot a scene or something like that, which is kind of endearing.
Just be grateful that you can feel. Wouldn't it be terrible to be someone who went through their whole life without feeling anything? Life's so short, Katie. You have to make every moment count.
It's as if Blake had handed me, particularly as Mom, a wonderful gift, because I'll have the memory of making this film for the rest of my life, and I'm very grateful to him for that.
Blake Edwards has been an old friend of our families. I think ever since, what was the first film that he did with Pop? Was it Days of Wine and Roses, or was it The Great Race? I think it was The Great Race. And of course, they've been in cahoots ever since, so it was a lot of fun.